It's a little blurry, but it's fine.
Oh, what? No, I can fix that. I can fix that.
Damn,
Let's
this
see.
is sick. I've been watching you. I've been watching you like every day lately.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah, because it's like I saw your videos, and like I was like, "Oh, I just want to get better at this game. I saw your videos, and I watched one of your videos. I was like, damn, this kid knows. This guy knows what he's talking about.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Unfortunately, the things I know aren't extremely high level, but it's good enough, I guess. You know.
Hey, it's higher than
Wait,
D4.
what the fuck? What is invalidate?
That was yesterday. All these games are from yesterday, except the
What?
Kaisa game I just lost
This
was
is so weird.
the game I
Oh,
just
this
played.
that's unfortunate.
Look at my
Oh
team
no.
though.
Oh, I can't even. OPGG is broken, yo.
Refresh it maybe.
Let's see. Oh,
Oh.
oh, shit. Well,
Ouch. Oh wait,
wait. What are
let me
even
check.
alternatives to OPGG?
Uh, maybe
Too easy.gg. What the hell is this?
maybe
No.
lol or lol king or something. Was that is
Law
that the
King
name of it?
died, right? Law King no longer exists.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it got shut down.
What
Feels
about
bad, man.
what about what's that one where you check like your rank of your champ? You know what I'm talking about?
Kind of, yeah. Well, yeah, I think we'll just go without it for now. It'll be okay.
Wait,
I think I saw enough. You were like playing Kaisa and some other champions, right?
Kaisa Twitch. I have a third video. It's uploading right now because you said get 3, but
Right,
I'd
right.
like replays. So I was like, oh shit, so I deleted all the replays.
I see, I see. It's fine, it's fine. We can just start with these, you know? No problem, no
Yeah.
problem.
By the time we're done with these ones, the third one should be ready.
Right. So tell me about your gameplay, you know? Like
So
what do you think is preventing you from getting past?
so I think my mechanics are master level, in my opinion.
Oh,
And
baby.
people have told me that my mechanics are master level. I think my biggest problem from like supports I duoed with and like people I ask is like my decision making mostly.
The classic no brain, right? That's honestly I would say I don't want to say 90% of players, but yeah, like 90% of players, what limits them is their brain, you know? Like
Mhm.
making really bad decisions or decisions that can't be the decisions don't match the mechanics. Let's just say that, right?
Yeah.
So definitely something that's easily I don't want to say easily fixable, but easily noticeable, and you can kind of actively work on it a lot, you know, better than mechanics. Some people just I think have a lot of trouble with mechanics. It's not really possible to teach them everything you know they need to know without having them play a bunch, you know. So having a brain problem is 10 times better than having a mechanical problem, in my opinion.
Yeah. And then
um
like I've only been playing for 3 seasons.
oh, what?
I'm only
Wow,
15.
that's awesome. Wait, what? You're only 15. Wait,
Yeah.
that's insane. Wait, congratulations, dude. Um, I think
Yeah,
I
so
got
like
diamond when I was like, holy shit, like senior year of high school. Are you a freshman right now?
I'm sophomore.
Oh,
But I
right.
was diamond.
14
I
is
was
14
diamond
is
as a
freshman.
freshman.
Pog champ. That's actually so cool. The
Yeah,
game
mine
came
were
out
epic, dude.
my freshman or sophomore year, so or right before my freshman year, something like that. So that's awesome. That's awesome.
My my
Um,
my like I just want to be a pro, bro.
oh really?
Like that's my
Well,
goal.
you are, you know, getting kind of pretty close for your age in terms of how much time you have to get better, right? Assuming the
Yeah,
game is still around. But
probably
yeah,
will be.
you have like a few years, is it, before you can actually even play?
I don't know when you can actually play.
I believe it's 17, but I could
Like
be wrong. Could be wrong.
like I need to get to masters before I even think about doing that.
Right. Obviously, you know.
I baited the fuck out of Jin with that heal.
Oh yeah, when he flash forward, I saw that. I saw that. Oh no, when he just auto attacked. Yeah. That's really good. But yeah, you have a few years, so there's no rush, to be honest. As long as there's constant improvement, that's always the goal. Oh my god, you almost got fucked. You had 2
Yeah.
HP, dude. All right, so this is what we mean by the brain problem, right? Stuff like this. All right, let's rewind. Let's talk about this. Um, so at this level, the reason why a lot of people are stuck here, let me tell me if this sounds familiar. The reason why a lot of people are stuck here is because um, they feel like the game is out of their control based on what their teammates do, and sometimes they'll play well, sometimes they won't play well, but the games feel like a coin flip pretty much every time.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And it seems like you have no impact on what your teammates do, and either they go mad crazy and carry, or they go mad crazy and start inting it, right? Okay, so here's the solution: is that you become a brain player, right? Because the reason why you see so many streamers and high-low player complain at this rank is because it's not necessarily the mechanics that are bad, but when someone makes a disastrous decision on their team, you have to stop it, right? Or it's going through and you guys are losing, right? And the flip side is that when you see an opportunity, you call for it and make everyone do it, right? Because then that's how you straight win games, right? That's kind of probably the most effective way to get out of this elo range, is to just call everything you see that is good and spam backping everything you know is awful, right? And anything in between, you test and you say let's do it just to see what's going to happen, or you let them do it and study if it was good or not, right? Can you repeat it in a future game, right? That's kind of how you learn this. You learn from this method. But let's watch this fight real quick. Tell me what's going on here.
So my Vigar gets caught, and I try to help him, and I go in too much. I go too close to Leona.
Right.
And I had no mana. I had no mana to do anything. I didn't realize that.
Right. So what kind of what's the problem here? What's the first problem here? I think
Fighting in a minion. It's kind of
well,
easy.
you already said it, right? Getting close to Leona. But why did you get too close to Leona? Like what happened here? This is why first person point of view is super important, right? We can see where you're clicking and stuff. So
yeah, I don't really know, to be honest.
all right, so here's the thing. Let's let me lower in speed. All right, tell me where you are moving when the fight breaks out, and is that different from where you want to be moving? Like, are you going forward? Are you going backwards? And what do you theoretically want to do? All right, so let's watch this.
I should kite to the side, but instead I kited forward.
Right, and why is that? Side, backwards, those are pretty good options, but the general idea is, what do you want to
do? Play back, because I have no mana, right?
Right. Is it? Let's kind of go in a different line of questioning. When you see this, wait, let me pause it. Is this obviously winning in the half second that you see this? Is this 100% win?
Because we have more health.
So you think this is 100% win for you guys?
Actually, no. Yeah, no. Because Leona and Jhin are just a lot stronger than Vigar and Kai'Sa in laning phase.
Okay, you can kind of view it that way, but you get to the conclusion that it's not painfully obvious this is winning. That's how you know you don't walk forward, is because you should know that in cases of you're not sure, or it's definitely not winning, then you need to be kiting or moving backwards. Or sometimes you shouldn't even auto attack, you should just run, right? So when you see something like this and you ran the wrong way, that's how we knew, is that your kind of habit when you see a situation like this should be to kite backwards. You can still hit them, right, if you're not sure, but it shouldn't be go this way, right? It shouldn't be go this way, because the problem with this is what you just saw, where you get stunned in the face. This is losing, right?
Yeah.
You're losing the trade, you're losing HP, you're losing the all-in, whatever you want to call it. There's no way this is a winning scenario. Essentially, that's the problem.
Way there.
Right. Here, I mean, it's fine because you're hitting this guy, but then what's the problem with this picture again?
I kited to Leona.
Right. So you see, like, we already have a noticeable pattern in terms of what you can do to easily fix some mechanical ideas you might be having, right? Because this is a mechanical idea, a mechanical habit, we would say, which is your default should be kiting.
I do feel like I tunnel sometimes too.
Right. You're so focused on hitting this guy, you're just walking anywhere you want, and then she just walks up, right? That's also very common. It's not easy to fix either. The way I kind of worked on it was by making sure that I'm not actually looking at the target I'm hitting, I'm looking at the fight as a whole. But I'm sure we'll get to it if it becomes relevant. It's not something you need to really worry about right now, because this small habit will prevent that from happening, right? Which is kiting backwards.
I also do feel like my laning phase is like I need to work on my laning phase. Like, I feel like late game I know what I'm doing. Like laning phase I struggle a lot. Right.
Like, what's going on here? This is a clear example of
this is just me being brain dead, bro.
Right. There's nothing to do here, right? You just there's literally nothing you can do here except get XP, and you would just rather base, because if you don't base, you're not getting anything. So you just need a base. So laning concepts thus far have boiled down to, if you're not sure you're winning this fight, you need to be kiting. right? And that's basically the biggest problem we've seen in lane so far. Another good habit to have is whenever they're like engaging unexpectedly, when something unexpected happens, your first instinct isn't to run forward, it's to make sure it's not a disaster, right? Because by nature of finding something that by nature of having something unexpected happens, it means that you're getting caught off guard, right? So anything like her coming from the bush is doomed. Okay, this is really awkward. What?
Wait, Discord's like glitching. How do I see like your whole screen? I like see like half of my screen. I don't know.
Can you full screen it? Did you full screen Discord?
Oh, there we go. Oh, I fixed it. Yeah, I got it.
Okay, nice.
I feel like this is winning though.
Yeah, it's not bad. I'd say that partially because you guys are going in. Why is it okay to go in here? What do you think? Let's say, well, this is conditional. Let's say, in this season, how many times have you died with this big of a wave against Alistar and Leona and Pyke? Whatever the fuck champion they have. How many times have you died with a wave? The wave doesn't matter, right? Almost doesn't matter. It matters in range versus range matchups, and even then, sometimes it doesn't matter, right? Or somehow they can't kill you. But let's say. If this is okay to fight, let me keep going. Well, let's make it easier. If Jhin has 2 bullets, is this okay to hit this guy?
Yeah.
If Jhin has 2 bullets here, so you get bam, auto attack, Q, 4 shot, right?
Actually, no, yeah. No.
Right, it's not okay, right? So what was the difference between the what we just said and what's going on in this picture?
Well, he doesn't have his 4 shot, or he doesn't have like 2 shots.
Right, he doesn't have his 4 shot readily available, right? So that's one thing you can kind of imply from this. Another thing you can kind of take away here is that on this engage, how long are you gonna hit this Leona for?
Long time.
Well, like, are you gonna do it until someone dies? Like, what's the idea behind this?
Yeah, actually, I do that a lot. I've noticed that. I just always try to get like the kill instead of like just doing a little bit of damage and backing off.
Right. How do we know that if you try and go for the kill here on Leona, you guys are 100% doomed? Any 2v2 like this.
Well, because they just have the better matchup.
What defines better?
They have a lot more CC, and Jhin out damages Kai'Sa early game, and I don't know what the fuck Vigar support does.
So let's say, so let's take it piece by piece. So when we say better, you're kind of boiling it down to who wins a 2v2 all in, right? So let's say we go for a cage and Leona loses a third of her health, and you do that 3 times in a row. Who's winning this lane?
Us.
Right. So what's kind of the importance about winning / losing lanes? I guess.
Like just try to get them low instead of like trying to kill them.
Right. So it's the way you approach the lane is different. The kind of way you approach the lane isn't always who kill each other. It's can you do what your champions are good at and prevent them from doing what they want to do. Right. So you guys don't necessarily have a losing lane. Right. Let's say you're against fucking Mata and Doublelift, and they're playing Veigar Kai'Sa. Who's gonna win this matchup? You and this random Leona or them, right?
Probably them.
The kind of winning lane doesn't really make sense, right? It's winning in certain categories, like the all-in that's about to happen, right? If she lands everything in your face and Jhin 4 shots you guys lose, right? But let's say you guys are just trying to poke them, then you guys would be winning. How are they supposed to respond to that, right? As example, like the perfect ideal example is here. You just hit him and run, and then how does he respond? He has nothing, right? So that's kind of one idea you can throw out here is making sure you know what you're trying to do in this lane and why, right? It would tell you not to go for this, not to keep going. You just want to hit her and run instead of hit her until she tries to stun you, right? Because if Jin's next to you or he has anywhere near a 4 shot, you're gonna get 1 shot here, especially when he has like a BF sword or something, right? So that's definitely one idea you can look at for laning is the fighting ideas, honestly, is all we're seeing so far. Oh, you're going to try and do some flash play? Uh-oh.
Look how close.
Right,
I should have W'd first.
True. Anything else about this?
It's just greedy, honestly.
Right. I don't think this is really worth. Right. Not only because there, it's kind of hard to guarantee that this is gonna work, and you're gonna die for it too. I don't know. It's kind of strange, right? It's better to let her be low and push them off the tower. Remember how they pushed you away from your tower and you lost a bunch of XP and gold?
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's you know, they didn't have to flash or anything like that to make it happen. Right. Oh, isn't it? I think this is just an idea of, like you said, decision making. Right. It's like why do we even go for it? Just because you can kill her doesn't mean it's a good idea, right? One might say. What do you think?
Like here?
No. Just like what we were talking, what we've talked about so far, I guess.
Well, like what do you mean? Like, what do I think?
Like agree, disagree. You know, your 2 cents.
Well, yeah. But, like, I feel like I could have killed her if I had like one more AD.
All right, let's go. Let's back it up. So let's say you do the exact same sequence of events. How many times does this work?
50-50, I guess.
I'll say 0. Right? There's 0 outcome where she just doesn't turn around and press E on you. Right? It's essentially this the kind of play here is you're gonna flash Q, auto attack W. And we're gonna say that's gonna kill her. So if you were this Leona, what are you gonna do when you see this?
Fuck him up.
Yeah, exactly, right? So every time you lose. So that's the problem, is that the way you plan this is never gonna work, right? You need to do something like W and then flash as it's going off, auto Q, and then insta killer before she has time to react. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, right? It's kind of like the planning stage didn't really make sense. It wasn't gonna work in the planning stage because her natural reaction is just turn around and kill you, right? Is the idea. So I think it's less about the mechanical idea and more about how do you make this work in theory every time. 90% of the time is what we're going for here, right? So let's say you did do the W flash, auto attack Q isolated, and then she got away with 1 HP. That's fine, right? In theory, it was supposed to work. Just because it was a little bit off, you can just say unlucky, right? But the way we did it was flash Q, auto attack W. That was kind of never gonna work, right?
Yeah.
It's all about consistency, right? Can you come up with a plan that's gonna work, and then can you execute it? This gank is not working. Sure. All right, let's see what's going on here. Man, there's a lot of interaction going on in this bot lane.
It's like a deadly, but I hate Leona.
Yeah, this champion can actually like solo kill you almost.
Yeah,
yeah, it's good shit, right? Did you see? Do you browse Reddit?
no, not really.
There's a clip of you know who Sven is, right?
Sven?
From
ADC?
TSM. Yeah.
Yeah, I know him.
There's a clip of him getting soloed by Alistar, like when he was level 15 or something like that. Like literally solo killed from full HP. So, all right. So this is clearly losing, right? Oh, maybe not. Oh, he died. All right, let's back it up. So it seems like all the ideas we're looking at are gonna be, or so far all the ideas we've seen are all fighting ideas. Let's talk about this. What's going on here?
I got greedy. Like, I feel like I always get too greedy.
I think you have the right mindset. You're looking for the play, looking for the kill. These flash plays, these ulti plays, it's good to look for it. This is exactly how I used to play. Right now, how do we make it better? Because if you do this, how many times do you get hit by this Leona ult?
Like every time.
Okay, now how do we make sure you never get hit by it? This is the planning stage that you can really, you can use this idea to make sure that these fights always work, right? So let's say you want to ulti and isolate Q this Jhin, right? Where did you ulti?
If I had flash, it would have been a lot better.
No, you don't need flash here.
If I ulted in front of him, actually.
Okay, so we're saying this spot.
How
many times does this work out of 100?
Okay, is Leona? Can Leona get in range from there?
Well, she's in the cage, and let's say she has no flash, so she can ulti. But that's her ulti range, we might say, right?
Probably won't work then.
Okay, well, can you improve on that in any way?
Yeah.
How so?
Ulting in the bush, maybe?
This one? Okay, that could be better. I think we can stick with this idea though. This works. But what should you do right after you ulti? Let's say when you ulti,
heal for the movement speed.
okay, yeah, that's definitely a winning strat, right? That's pretty much guaranteed at that point. But the key points are what?
Not to get hit in the middle of her Q. I mean, her ult.
Yes, not to get hit by her ulti. So whatever you do, as long as you can dodge it, you're golden, right? So you kind of put these two ideas together. One, if you dodge her ulti, you win. So do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want after that. So you can even say something like, you can ulti here and walk without auto attacking, and just press Q. And then when she misses ulti, you auto attack her, right? So let me show you an example that I think will really benefit you from seeing it. Let's see. I have a bunch of these saved, but let's see. Here's a good example. All right. Here's a good example. Let's clear this off the screen too. All right. Similar to Leona ulti, right? When I come out of stealth here, what is the first thing Zyra's gonna do? What is her first instinct?
EU.
Okay, right.
No.
How do we know? How do we know?
Well, because you're squishy ADC and she's Zyra.
There's a better reason than that. If you were playing Zyra, what would you do?
Like combo him?
Well, how did you know Zyra would E? I guess is the question.
Because I'm alone.
Well, like let's say you're Zyra, right? And Twitch pops out. Your first instinct is to press E, right?
Yeah.
That's how we know, right? Is that's what you would do right there.
Oh, it's like think like I'm the enemy.
Yeah, exactly. Like how do you predict a blitz hook? Oh, you pretend you're playing blitz, right? And you're like, oh shit, he's gonna try and hook you, or he's gonna try and flash hook, right? Anything along those lines. So when you see this, now that you know that the first reaction is to E into your face, what do?
Don't go for it.
Okay, let's watch that. Let's see what happens here.
Make sure you dodge the E. Wait.
So what did I do there?
You just didn't auto and just walked away.
Yeah, I just fucking walked past, right? You can even get advanced, and you can cancel an auto attack. I threw in an auto because I didn't think she would be able to react that fast. So I threw an auto, but you can even cancel your auto attack. That's how you beat the highest of level players. Is you pretend to auto attack and they throw a skill shot at your face, right? So it's really obvious what she's gonna do right here. So if we go back to our example, it's really obvious what she's gonna do because that's the only thing she can do.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not that you know you're going for poor plays. It's that you need to clean it up in terms of predicting what your enemy is gonna do when you do it. Right. Similar to you're gonna flash on Leona. What is she gonna do? She could have flash Q'd you, for example. I've seen that one a lot. Anything along those lines. You need to think it through a little bit more before you do it. Right. When you see this, how much time do you have to ulti this guy? How much time? What do you think? Before he gets out of range.
2 to 3 seconds? Or
you have hella time, right? So how long did it take for you to make this decision?
Half a second.
Yeah, exactly. So you see that you can kind of use this time to make something happen. All right, make sure it's gonna work. And this consistency in fights is definitely gonna help you, right? Especially at this rank where everyone's doing the exact same thing you're doing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. Here's another example. When Jin pressed R, why did he die here?
Well, like, because I'm 1 HP.
Okay, yeah. He wanted to kill you, right? So
Yeah.
what is Veigar gonna do?
Oh, he's thinking like me.
Yeah, exactly. This Veigar's fucking. He's just gonna walk up and kill this guy, right? So watch what happens, right? He just walked up and he just killed him. See this? Like it's really obvious, right? It's you don't need to learn how to kill people. You already done it before. You know how to do that. Now you just have to figure out how. You need to get into their heads and figure out what they're gonna do. Otherwise, you're never gonna be able to consistently win these fights, right? The reason why you see a bunch of streamers or high level players always win is because they're kind of reading their opponents at all times, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's fast forward. Let's see if we can see some more examples. But so far, all we've seen are kind of fighting ideas. It's really, I don't think we've seen a problem with your execution in terms of the fights. It's more about the pre-planning ahead of time, right? That's what you want to focus on for sure.
How
From
would I
what
like
I'm
fix
seeing.
that though?
So let's say you go into these fights and you say I win if I dodge Leona ulti. How do you dodge Leona ulti? I have flash. Okay, you can fight, and then when she ultis, you flash and you win. That's the premise, right? Is that if you can dodge it, you win. Okay, then you kind of build upon that, right? And then when we saw you turn into other examples, like when you saw I was coming out of stealth to kill Zara, I was like, all I have to do is dodge her E and I win, right? You can use flash, you can just walk. I don't care how you do it. You need to know, as long as you know what you need to do and you have a way to do it, you can execute, right? That's kind of the plan. So let me see if there are other examples.
Oh,
And then
look
when you
at
see
this
them
glitch.
wasted, they're just bad. Oh, what?
Look how weird this glitch was. He
Oh.
eat and then it like teleported him after. Look, it's so weird.
What? Dude, he was like stuck in the wall or something. All right, that was fucking weird. Interesting. They're all gonna die here, aren't they? Oh, that was a sick cage. He's doomed. Oh, there's a fat R.
I was thinking.
Well, see. Here's the thing. This is good. I already know what the solution is, but do you know? Because I've seen this so many times that it's really obvious to me. But when you see this, what's the solution here? Let's pause.
Alt.
Okay, where and then what are they gonna do after you ult?
Well, if I alt, I'm dead for sure.
How are you dead?
Well, because Leona will stun me down.
How is she? What is she? Okay, so it's the exact same thing what we did before, right? You do a move, they're gonna do something. How do you beat it?
Well, flash, but even so, I feel like I'm still dead if I flash.
Okay, so what is Leona gonna do after you ulti in and kill Warwick? Let's say you ulti over here.
EQ. And then
Okay, she's gonna E. All right, so how do you dodge it?
flash.
Okay, so that's it. You won. That's literally it. Right? How is she gonna press Q on you if she can't gap close? And then what if she tries to walk towards you? Okay, walk away, right? No problem.
Yeah.
Right? Do you see are there any flaws with this plan?
Well, like it's if I alt in, I kill Warwick. Ziggs, Graves, and Vigar are too far to like come help me, so I'm like dead. That's why I didn't do it, because I didn't want to like die 1-for-1.
Well, you're remember our premise is you only die if you get hit by Leona E into her stun, right? So if you dodge it, you can't die. That's the kind of idea that you might be missing here, is that they can't just randomly kill you because it's 3v1, right? They can only kill you if they land certain things. Let me see if we can find another example.
What about like Jin just autoing me?
All right, so you can walk away, easy, right? How does Jin kill people? He needs his first shot. Does he have his first shot? He just used it, right? This is kind of the things we know, is that Jin can't kill you unless he lands his first shot, or he's like killing you with his ulti or something like that, right? He's not gonna randomly kill you with auto attacks. I mean, he's even reloading here, right? So that's how you know. It's kind of once you see this scenario over and over again, it becomes really easy to solve for it, right? You have a play, they have a way to stop you, you have a counter, right? Make the play and then use your counter and you win. Right? That's kind of the idea.
Honestly, I probably had flashbacks of when I ulted on Jin and Leona ulted me. Like in that time.
Wait, say again?
Like you remember when just before when I ulted on Jin and then Leona just like comboed me? That's what I was
You didn't have
flashback.
you didn't have flash, but you could still win without flash, right?
Yeah.
I think it's definitely very much about if you can read what your opponent's gonna do, that's gonna help you a lot in these fights. That's awkward. Wait, what happened to those mechanics? It's okay. It happens.
Honestly, I've never done that in my life. I swear to God. I was like,
no, yeah.
I was thinking in my head like, oh, this would happen though when I'm recording.
Happens to me too randomly. I'm just like, what the hell?
Yeah, did you see me
I wouldn't worry about that too much, unless it happens every game. Then I'd start worrying.
But I have a question here before this fight starts.
Oh yeah.
So like in these scenarios, would I go top? I would go top, right? But I feel like if I go top, then I just leave bot for them to get tower.
Right. So ideally speaking, your top's gonna go and match bot, right? Or you're gonna get something enough out of having more people top to be worth him hitting the tower. Right? That's kind of the idea. Is what are you getting by swapping? So if you can answer that question, then you can do that. You know what I mean?
So like if I go top here, I could probably get tower, but Like, is it worth trading 1 for 1? Like, I feel like that happens. Like I usually go top, right? But like every single game, like I feel like when I go top, they go get bot tower, and then we just trade
Well,
towers.
here's the thing. Let's say you took their bot tower already, right?
Yeah.
And then you take their top and you trade.
Mm-hmm.
They're still behind the tower, right? And let's say you go mid and then they take top or something like that. You guys are still ahead of the map control game in a sense. But honestly, you're not really looking to trade 1 for 1 when you're winning. You're trying to do something besides just trade. Let's say they're going bot and you guys go top. You maybe can invade into their jungle and dive mid, right? And because you are winning, you're faster at doing this, so they can't prevent this. Something like that, right? You're always looking to get something though. It's not necessarily bad that you trade. Sometimes maybe your jungle's dead or your mid dies. I don't know, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. You know what
That
I
was a
mean?
terrible ult.
Right.
I didn't realize how close I was.
Right, that's pretty awkward. But I
I feel
do
like
think that there is a natural disposition to just do what you think immediately, right? Without thinking it, without considering it a little bit. And it's very I think it's a very natural thing to do. Is the instant you see a play, you do it, right? But what's gonna help you a lot is to just wait on the play, right? The amount of time you have to make this happen is a lot. Is a lot more than you think it is, right? How long do you have to decide to ulti?
well, 'cause I didn't want Gragas dying, and I
He's
knew I
gonna die
could
no
like
matter what you do, unless you like ulti heal or something. I don't know.
yeah,
Um,
that's what I did, but he still died.
yeah, essentially, when it comes to these plays, you have a lot more time than you think you do, and you might be rushing things by going in too fast, right? Oh wait, your whole team died mid. What the hell? Sometimes it happens. It's not your fault.
Okay.
Get top, sure. Think about it this way: as long as you're doing something productive, you're happy. Even if it ends up being trading 1 for 1 tower or something along those lines, as long as you're able to do something productive, you should be happy. What's going on here? Where are you going?
I don't know.
Hold
I
up.
don't really.
Where are you going?
Where do you like go in these scenarios? Like this happens all the time. Like bot lane's pushed. I went bot to go help our team, and then now they're up top. Should I just sprint up top?
Okay, what's your job in the mid game? Right here.
Farm.
What's your job?
Get to late
Yes.
game.
Maximize your income. Okay, how do you do that?
Like, going like away from fights, I guess.
Not necessarily, right? Fights can be construed as income. Let's say it's 4v2, right? They start dragging for no reason. You can go help the fight and kill some people. That's money. How do people get 10 CS a minute? Do you know?
Rotating to every big wave.
Okay, how do you make a big wave?
Just happens naturally, or you can just like kill the 2 or the 3 front minions.
Okay, let's say it doesn't happen naturally because you know sometimes it can. Let's say you can create a big wave. How would you do that?
By slow pushing.
Whose minions are slow pushing?
Ours. If I'm trying to create the wave.
Ooh, you're trying to create income, right? So if your minions are slow pushing towards them, how many waves
like
do you
shove,
lose?
like keep shoving.
Okay, yes. In a sense, that's kind of how you create your income there. But why is it that shoving creates money?
Well, because it bounces back.
Exactly, right? It's gonna build a wave back towards you. So you artificially create it. It's not gonna happen naturally, right? You're gonna purposely make it so that every time you push past the river, the enemy wave is gonna bounce back towards you, right? That's kind of the idea. So when you ask yourself, what do I do in these situations? Back here, which lane can you go to?
Well, like top lane's pushed. Oh yeah, it's bouncing back. You're right. Yeah,
So
go
anywhere to
top.
make money, essentially. You don't really care. I mean, if Dragon's up, sure, you can go bot, but you can go mid, you can go bot, you can go top. Anywhere that your team, anywhere where you can make money is generally the right answer, right? As long as you're not sharing a lane with your fellow solo laners. So what are we doing here? We kind of haven't been doing that. Is the idea? That's your number one goal, is to maximize income. Oh no.
Oh, this was so tilting. I thought Warwick was that dragon.
Oh
And,
no.
and my map awareness, like I said, I tunneled. I was like, kill Lowy, I can do it. fucking tunneled.
This is so unfortunate. He's like right on your screen too.
I clicked D, I swear.
There's no. I mean, how do you dodge this ulti without knowing he's coming? Right, it's not easy. Let's say. But let's say you knew he was coming. How many times do you flash this ult?
Like every time. If I know
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
coming.
Right. So the difference in here is that you just didn't know. You just didn't know it was coming. Right. There's also another mechanical idea at work here. What do you think it is?
Maybe.
Let's
Wait.
watch your ability usage. I guess is a good way to put it.
Or wasted W.
Okay, there's one. That's pretty much it, honestly. That's the biggest one. You can say something like you can auto cancel your E or whatever, but yeah, that was pretty much the biggest one. But the more important problem is the map awareness, right?
Mm-hmm.
If someone's missing on the map, they're definitely on the way, is what you should be thinking. So maybe even something like, oh, sorry, what were we saying?
It's like if I don't see like the jungler on the map, should I always think he's like next to me?
Of
Like,
course, he's on the way. How many times have you died to the jungler because you assume he's somewhere else?
A lot of
Right,
times.
that's like the fastest way to throw a game, especially for bot lane. Right, bot lane is kind of who can troll the enemy jungle more. Right, if he comes to your lane and doesn't get anything, and your jungle kills solos, then you guys are just automatic win essentially. Right, but let's say he comes bot and kills you. Okay, now Hecarim's super fed and everyone's upset. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you always assume the jungle's in your lane or on the way, anywhere in the vicinity until you see otherwise. Right? I mean, you literally see them on the map, you know he's not here. Right? That would be an example of otherwise, I guess. Yeah, always assume the worst when you're always assume the worst when you don't know where they are.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh, you do not want to run forward here. Oh. Monka S. Maybe doable. Oh, okay. All right, let's talk about this. It was good, but why wasn't it clean?
I thought it was pretty clean.
It was pretty clean, but what specifically? I'm not sure if you noticed this, but let's take a good look at the champions. What is their first reaction that's gonna kill you? Two things.
Well, Leona just eat. I saw that. And
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you saw her eat, you're good to go, essentially, right?
yeah, look right there.
Right. Then you're easy clap.
And I had flash up, so I can flash everything.
Right.
And I can flash the Anivia Q.
So what's the difference between this picture, which is exactly what you did, is perfect, right? And the one at bot. Why couldn't you do a bot?
I don't know.
This is the idea of how you can recreate this every time, is being able to see the play and solve for their counters, right? Okay, push this out, sure. Okay, this is definitely a talking point here.
Look, keep watching. There's reason. I was 100 gold away from Rage Blade.
Oh, okay, I see.
I knew I had to go to Baron, but I was like, I gotta get Rage Blade.
It's not necessarily a Baron idea here though that I wanted to point out, but yes, getting Rage Blade is definitely you would kill this wave to get Rage Blade. But we can talk about this. This is pushing back towards you, right? This wave right here.
When that's pushing towards me.
Yeah. Don't you think?
Yeah, you're right.
So how do you recreate this? You push it past the river. You push it past the midpoint. I don't know if you can see it. All right, whatever. This river part, you push past it and it'll push back towards you. Right. That's the idea. That's how you create a massive wave. Let me see if we can let's see if I have some examples. I definitely should have some examples here.
Wait, so like if I ever get a wave past the river, unless it's like a huge, and like if it's like 6 minions or 6 minions, it's always gonna push back to me, right?
Yes. Now can you think of any exceptions? Because there's actually one notable exception.
Cannon minion wave, maybe.
Yeah. Perfect. Right. Let me see. This example is not as clear because this is mid lane. Let me see.
I have a quick question. Is this going on YouTube or no?
Yeah. We can put this on YouTube so you can rewatch. Right.
Yeah, because I started recording it like right when we started. I was like, if he doesn't put it on YouTube, might as well record it so I get it for.
Right. Exactly. Just in case I screw up somehow, and I missed the recording. But this is the strat. Okay. If it's not a cannon, if it's just even wave, cannon versus cannon, this is pushing back towards you. Right. The only exception is you have a cannon and they have a regular wave, and it's gonna go that way, right? It's gonna go the wrong way. But just know that the way you maximize income is by making the enemy wave slow push towards you, right?
Like in that scenario, like I needed to kill all the minions to get rage wave. And
Right.
I feel like in those scenarios too, like wouldn't it be better if I just finished this whole wave so like they can't go Baron, or like they can't like ship?
Well, let's say I'm not sure if the two are related, right? How can they Baron when? Can they Baron 5v4 against your team?
They could easily engage on our team with Warwick.
How easy is it for them to do that, right? Let's say, who does Warwick have to ulti for that to work?
Graves, Ziggs, Veigar.
Right, because you know what happens when Warwick ultis? Okay, Veigar's just gonna cage the team away, and then that doesn't seem good. Is the idea? It's not easy to just go to Baron and then force a 5v4 unless the other team just face checks, right? So it's not that they can kind of Baron here. I don't think they can Baron at all. They have dead people, right? This is just more of you need to kill this so you can get Rage Blade. I think that's totally fine, right? Wait, sorry, what was it? What was the question? I think it was like, was it worth to get Rage Blade, right? That was the question.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely worth.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Rage Blade and Kai says like God.
Right, exactly. Your Rage Blade is important. You had nothing else to do. Remember, your job is making income. You're making money there. The only reason why this could be really strange is you might lose some minions because, you know, now it's going to be a cannon wave meets a regular wave, but you could say Rage Blade's worth that, right? So
it's like I never actually thought about that, like creating waves to come my way. I never actually thought about that.
Right, that's actually that's the tactic that all challenger ADC players use to destroy anyone that's like below masters, because no one knows. And you just do this, and you have all of a sudden you have 100 CS on them, right? That's kind of the free out macro strat that other ADCs might have problems with. It's really simple, right? Generate as much money as possible. If they screw up, okay, you make more money than them. Easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I definitely have an example of this. That was totally fine though. What we just saw. Let me see. You guys are sieging. Why is sieging fine here? I guess.
Well, can't Ziggs just eat that?
Yeah, Ziggs is just throw shit at them. They can't do anything, right? So,
yeah.
Oh, actually, let me see if this. I haven't seen this one in a while.
I just pinged Baron because I. All right.
Let me see. We got some examples here. Oh, yes, we do. All right, fast forward a little bit. This is the mid game, right? Okay, see what I'm doing here, right?
Pushing up the wave.
Right. Well, this is actually technically already pushing back towards us, we might say, but I just wanted more. And then, okay, you see what's going on here, down here? This is really important. Where is this wave meeting?
Oh.
It's gonna meet like here, right?
Yeah.
So is that pushing towards me or them?
Well, it's pushing towards them now, but it's gonna bounce back real quick.
Right, it's gonna push towards me. That's the idea, right? It's not pushing towards them, right? It's kind of which direction is it slow pushing? I think is the better question, right? So it's gonna slow push towards us, right?
But like in this scenario right now, wait, could you pause for a second?
Yeah.
Would you go top? Like no, you could probably get mid tower, but like if you get mid tower, would you rotate top or try to go bot for that wave?
I'd probably go bot, right? Are they taking tower top? Is the question. The answer is no. There's no way they can siege, so we're fine.
Well, like tier 2, they might push tier 2.
Right, then that's they're hard throwing, right? Because there's no way they can get tier 2. How do they get tier 2? Xerath just presses Q and then the whole wave's gone, or they're definitely overstaying in a sense, right? Sieging is a mistake because the team that sieges is at a disadvantage. It's harder for them to run away to the tower. They're under the enemy tower. They don't have as many places to run, right? Sieging, I mean, how many times have you seen a team siege and then everyone dies, the enemy team gets Baron, right? That definitely happens in diamond, low diamond for sure, right? So sieging is losing. There's no way they're gonna keep going. If they keep going, then you can probably just go top and then they all die, right? But the reason why I wanted to highlight this example is because look what's going on bot, right?
Yeah,
so what?
Back to you.
So if Kaisa doesn't fix this, she's gonna lose minions. That's the idea, right? That doesn't matter what happens in this fight. We just fast forward this part, all right? Doesn't matter. All right, fast forward. All right, you see what's going on bot now?
It's a juicy wave.
What is that? How many minions did she lose?
Like probably like 2 or 3 waves.
Right, like a lot of money, right? Okay, and then all of a sudden she's coming to fix it. All right, let's go back bot. All right, so we kill all this. Let me see if I can press tab somewhere. Oh, come on. All right, after I kill this, I'm gonna most definitely press tab. Oh my god. But I did the same thing again, right? You see what I did? I did the exact same thing right here. See that? So what's the minion difference right now?
You're up 60 CS. Jeez.
Does this look like 10 CS a minute almost?
Yeah.
Maybe made a mistake somewhere. Missed 6 minions, but that's 10 CS a minute right there. Is this strat? Okay, push past the river, easy clap. And if they don't know how to fix this, they're doomed essentially. See where Kaisa is right now? Yeah, do you see where she is right now? And what's happening to the wave bot?
It's gonna push right back to you.
Right, so you know it's the same trick over and over again. Let's fast forward, right? We don't have to go bot because they're getting screwed. All right, fast forward a little bit. Oh, Azir picked it up eventually, but there's like 5 waves bot. You see that? And even if I don't get it, that's fine. Someone on our team is getting it. As long as a solo laner on our team is getting it.
Yeah, like Mundo's gonna go get it.
Yeah, perfectly fine. Okay, maybe not as ideal as Xerath, but it's perfectly fine, right? So it doesn't even have to be your advantage. Your team is getting an advantage every time you do this. So that's just one thing you can super abuse. Like here's an example. What are you supposed to do here?
Well, I pinged go Baron, and then Graves pinged no smites. And I was like, oh shit.
Right. So let's say you can't Baron because you can't Baron here. From what we just talked about, what are you supposed to do here? What do you notice in this picture?
Well, bot lane, the wave's gonna bounce back to me.
Okay, agreed. But it's also not your job to go bot. That's the top laners if he has TP or something like that, right?
We'll go help on my team.
Let's say we've seen this picture a lot, right? Where it's in your favor. It's pushing towards you eventually, so you're gonna make money. Is there any other lane that looks like this but the other direction?
Oh, top lane.
Right. So what happens if you don't go top?
They're gonna get a big wave.
Right. So you gotta go fix this. That's the idea. You gotta go fix this. Right. You gotta go top and push this out. Right. What happens if you don't go top and push it out? We already saw what happened.
Yeah, but like right here, like my team, we're gonna go fight for dragon, so probably be better to go help my team, right?
All right. If you think this is worth losing your waves top, you do it. But the more logical reasoning, let's say you are one brain and you control 5 characters. You would say these 4 characters stall them at dragon and you need to go fix this as the AD carry, right? Otherwise, you guys are gonna be doomed essentially if you don't fix that. Well, it looks like it's pushing towards you, probably because there's a cannon wave. But those are the general ideas you want to look out for, right? Let's say this is better than fixing that wave, and then go for it. It's 5v4. You guys are winning. That's totally fine. Maybe you can get Baron, right? But the first step is always thinking about these things, right? So of course you guys win. It's 5v4. Sure, you can take tower. Oh wow, you're getting another one because they're all dead.
Wait. Go back a little bit.
Oh yeah, sure.
I have a question. Like right here, like some of us are pinging for Baron, some of us are pinging for inhibitor. What do you think would be best?
Definitely inhibitor. Why is that?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Well, because inhibitor gives you a lot of pressure, especially mid lane.
Right, and does Baron give you inhibitor?
No.
Not always. That's the difference, right? Sometimes you cannot break base. Breaking base is really important, where you get rid of this tower and take the inhib, right? I mean, I've seen someone with Baron gets caught. Okay, now you guys can't get their inhib, right? That's really awkward. Whereas you get the inhib, how easy it is to just run at Baron and just sit there and wait for the enemy team to screw up. Pretty easy. Okay, you guys are trolling here though. Why is this trolling?
I think it's fine. We're getting dragon, then we're gonna rotate Baron with Mountain.
Okay, what happens if they just run straight here and kill all the wards? What are you gonna do? You guys still have the base.
Well, we're gonna have to go in blind.
Right, so you guys are losing Baron for sure. That's why this is not a good idea, right? The way you can recognize this is when you see this, you have the base now, or you're not basing for a long time.
Yeah, but
that's kind of the idea.
Like they can't just rush Baron because they have super minions in there.
Of course they can. You know, why do they have to? Why can they ignore super minions? First of all, well, I guess they're not spawned yet, but at what point do super minions become important? When they're starting to lose towers, and that's not going to happen for a long time. We would say, right? It's easy. They just get Baron, 4-second recall, no problem. Like, wait, what are they doing right now? You see this? So if it wasn't for, I mean, if it wasn't for Ziggs ulti, I'm sure they might not be able to get this because you have Ziggs ulti. You have Ziggs on your team, but usually speaking, you guys, this is not something that's worth getting the dragon for, right? Because oh, what's going on, right? What are you seeing right here?
Walked in blind.
Exactly. So it's not that you know sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. It's I've seen this so many times. We know it happens. Now this is gonna happen 90% of the time.
Damn,
Right?
I just gotta run there. Like,
You guys are losing. Like it doesn't matter how you play this, you guys are losing. Right? That's the idea.
yeah.
These are the things you want to work on for sure. Is how do you see these patterns and recreate it for yourself? How do we prevent this? Base after you inhibitor, right? Base after you punish. I mean, what's another example? This is probably the classic example. I guess this is the best example, right? After you punish, you need a and you take an inhib, you need a base so you can go Baron, or you go Baron straight and prevent them from just taking it, right? So how do we know it's a massive throw? Because there's no way to stop them from just running to Baron, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Fast forward, fast forward. I think it's more of an idea of similar to an idea of overstaying. All right. You saw what happened here, right? This Jin is not really thinking about how he's gonna get stopped, and more about only thinking about how he can kill you or kill your team or whatever. Easy kill, sure, very nice, and you win the game. Okay, nice. Definitely, all thinking ideas for sure. You're right that in terms of mechanics, that's not really what's holding you back. It's planning out the fights if there are fighting ideas, and out of lane, what are you supposed to do? Because it seems like you may not be sure of what to do if a fight doesn't happen, right? Like if a fight doesn't break out, what do you do? Is the idea. Let's see what's going on here. Any questions from what we've talked about so far?
Well, like how would I like work on like my decision making? Like how do you even work on that?
So when you see our Twitch example, right? Or I guess we could use your example here. Let's back it up here. This is probably better because it's your example. Let's say when do you get ulti?
It was before. I don't know. It's soon.
It's like here. Okay, so first thing you can do is when you see a play, don't immediately do it. You sit on it, and then you make sure it works, and then you do it. Right? That's the most consistent way to do it. Right? Is when the instant you see something is not when you pull the trigger. That's when you think about it to make sure it works. Right? I mean, here's a classic example when you flashed into Leona, and then you ended up dying. Right? You saw the play, but you didn't stop to consider if it was good or not. You thought you just had to go immediately, right? So you don't go unless you know it's good. Is the first step. Clean is kind of your mindset should be not how many plays I can make as fast as possible. It's like the speed at which you make the play is not important. It's was your play good 90% of the time, right? The players that are in like challenger aren't challenger because they do something like this where they go as fast as possible. I mean, sometimes they can do that, but it's more of they do it every time they do something, it's good. That's the important part. Every time you do something, it's good. That's what you want to be thinking, right? So you don't go at the first opportunity is probably the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
So you see something, don't actually do it. Wait and then make sure it works. That's what helped me the most, right? It's very much like seeing myself as a player way back in the day, when I had the exact same issue, right?
Well, that was a brain dead heal. I don't even brain fart right there.
Oh yeah, it's okay. Sometimes it happens. This comes under the idea of you only do things deliberately, right? Like we only heal for a purpose, flash for a purpose, etc. Whatever. It's not something you have to worry about right now, but it's all kind of related to making sure everything you know what's gonna happen before it happens. I think is gonna help you a lot too. These two ideas, right? Being able to tell what your opponent's gonna do and making sure you hold on to your play until you're sure it works are the two key factors in making sure all these fights are gonna go well. Okay, what's going on here?
Just trying to get under tower so I can.
Okay, Vi was top. Yeah, I'm just making sure you know where their jungle is before you do stuff because could get strange real quick, right?
Well, Vi started bot side. We're only level 3. No way she could be bot already.
They could go for some level 2 gank, but I mean, you guys already passed that point, so you're right. There's no way she's gonna be down here, unless she's crazy. It's been a while, so now Vi can be down here, right? All right, let's see what's going on here. Oh, never mind. She went mid.
Would I step up here?
Let's see. Here? You're talking about here?
Like where I went to auto Kaisa. Like would I step up here?
Right here. Why
Yeah,
is
like right
this
there.
good or bad? We can talk about this.
Well, like it's bad because I'm in the minion wave.
Okay, that's it. That's number one. This is gonna kill you. This is losing in a trade. What else? Another reason.
Well, I did think about the thresh check, but I have Q to dodge that, so.
You
And
play Kaisa, so
Oh, Kaisa isolated QW.
okay, agreed. Now, here's a counter argument. This is also good. Why is that?
Because I have more health.
Okay, that's actually a really important reason. But there's also another one where if you guys are even health, this can still be good.
Well, maybe
Let's
Brand
say
steps up.
no, nothing to do with the supports. Let's say
Well, if I can condemn her into the wall, but like I wasn't in the
nah,
position.
that's not gonna happen. You're gonna have to you're gonna have to tumble into the minion wave or something like that.
Yeah.
So let's say this is bad because you're gonna lose the trade, right? Isn't that the reason why we're saying it's bad?
Yeah.
So how do you win the trade here?
Just Q auto run away.
Okay, you're definitely losing still to Kaiser Q.
There's no way we can win this actually.
If I said there's a way to win this, what would you say?
No.
How does Vayne trade? What's Vayne's best trade?
Auto Q. Auto Q.
Okay, that's true, kind of.
Or get your three procs off.
Yes, you need to get your passive off, otherwise you're getting shit on almost all the time, right? So how do you do that here as fast as possible?
Auto QE.
Yes. Okay, so now you ask yourself, is that better than Kaisa's auto attack Q?
Probably.
Okay, then I'll say this is winning, right? Now, the difference between a player that knows this and it doesn't is that sometimes it's a mistake if you didn't know that. If you walked up to just hit her and she hits you back and you didn't use your auto attack tumble E, that's a mistake. Now, if you do this and you know that you're winning, it's not a mistake, right? You see the difference is knowing whether or not it works, before it happens, right?
Uh-huh.
So it's not a mistake if you know what you're trying to do here, right? As long as it's a winning move. But it's a mistake. It's a mistake if you didn't know what the winning move was and they pull out their standard move, which is just auto attack and Q.
Yeah.
But you kind of always want an idea when you try and pressure. I think the idea behind pressuring is great, as long as you know what they're gonna do. That's the number one consideration, is knowing what they're gonna do. Okay, that was not bad.
I did it right there.
Yeah, exactly. exactly. So it's like you can do it if someone tells you to do it. Now you just have to tell yourself, what to do, essentially, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my lord. Oh, that was very good. You're just gonna. Oh no! What happened here? What did you do?
I was being stupid, honestly. Because I should have just stayed on Kaisa.
Right. This is a Vayne thing. This is actually a Vayne and a press the attack thing. You need to focus one target, right? You're hard winning this, essentially. But you accidentally hit Thresh or something. I don't know what happened there. It's okay. Sometimes it happens. Uh-oh.
Oh, good job, Thresh.
Oh my. All right. That was really awkward, right? Oh, shit. I guess you just guessed wrong,
Yeah.
Well, there's actually something you can do here is you don't have to stand here to ward, right?
Well, because they pinged Vi was bot lane, so I was like, fuck, I gotta get a ward down before she like ganks us. And
right.
I thought in my head, I'll just juke the Q with my Q.
There's okay, and then it didn't work, and now you're like, oh shit, right?
Yeah.
So I guess you don't have to go for this word, but if you really wanted to go for this, you can stand here and put it here, and it's gonna go in here, right?
Wait, no way.
Yeah. This is very common, right?
Wait,
in fact,
Afro. Do that?
Yeah. Let me see. In fact, Afro made a video on it. That was came out the other day. Let's go here. Okay, good. It's muted. Fast forward. Okay, here we go. This is the one. See this? It's really easy. You just stand at the cubby. You put on the point of the rock, and it goes into the bush. Right.
What?
It's just, it takes like, you literally takes 20 seconds to practice 2 and you'll get it every time. That's just something you could use. But, yeah, honestly, I just wouldn't go word in the first place. If there's any risk of getting caught. But, it happens, I guess. Oh. This Kaiser wasn't thinking very smart.
Nope.
Alright, fast forward. Alright, let's see what's going on here.
Oh, this was so. I was in such an awkward spot.
This is I mean, this should be winning for you guys. Oh, never mind. This is a disaster. Everyone run. Uh-oh. Everyone needs to run here. Okay. Okay, I don't think it was the worst, but if there was something to be done here, we would just condemn the Yasuo, right? But I wouldn't fault you for trying to fight this. You guys should try to fight this. It's just that it went really badly, so you need to leave, right?
Mm-hmm.
If a fight starts to go badly, you need to start leaving. Otherwise, you know what happens when you continue a bad fight?
More people die.
Yeah, everyone fucking dies essentially. So until you see a big turn, like Brand has a fat ulti or something like that, you don't keep going. Oh, that was a nice condemn. Damn. Oh, what the hell? This works? Are you serious? Holy shit. It's actually working. Oh, never mind. I mean, it's kind of working. If Cassidy kills everyone here, they are super upset. Uh-oh. Oh my god! Alright, you guys just win off this, don't you? Alright, sure. Sure. That was fine. You played well there. Definitely
I feel like positioning and like kiting wise, like I'm very good at, but like yeah, my decision making and do you think like what other mechanical errors do you think I can like work on maybe? Or is it like fully decision making probably?
It's all decision making, right? This is the way I view it is you want to do a thing and you know it's theoretically possible, can you physically do it? And the physically can you do it part is the mechanics part, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you're gonna flash Malphite ult. Very easy. You're just gonna press R, you flash. That's the mechanics. Let's say you're gonna flash. If he's in this bush and he ults you from the bush, you're gonna flash. That's a different story. Not everyone can do that. Right. So I probably wouldn't go for that, right? If the team depended on me doing that, I probably wouldn't go for that, right?
Yeah.
So that's the idea. It's theoretically possible to do it every time. Now the question is, can you as a player do it? Right. That's the mechanics aspect of it. So knowing what's possible and what you can do are two different things. But you definitely, if you can pretty much do everything in this game as long as you plan it out, right? You can flash thresh hook, you can flash. Yeah, so like, you can tumble this, you can tumble that. This is it's like, oh, that's awkward. All right.
Yeah, that's bad. But like, do you think like in the beginning, like sometimes, like when I watch your videos, you're always like in lane, like watch, catch, poke, like what wins, what does not, and like stuff like that. Like, and you always like say click tab, like see what ults are up and
right.
See what can kill me. So like, should I like do that like right when like champ select starts?
Yes, for lane. And then when the fights start to happen, the mid game comes around. Let's say you based and you're doing something mid game. You press tab and then you say, in these fights, what do I need to do? What do I need to not get hit by? Right. And that's gonna help you a lot. That's probably like literally the area that you want to work on the most. Is all the thinking stuff. You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of where where you can have the most improvement. Is if you can plan out these fights or make sure that when you see plays you don't immediately go for it. / you make sure it works before you do it. I think it's going to clean up your gameplay a lot. I think right now it's a lot about making sure you're clean. The stuff you do is clean. Remember like for example when you went to ward, the plan is to ward and then get out with tumble. What happened? It wasn't clean, right? So that's the stuff you want to work on. That's the area of improvement you want to look at, in my opinion at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like here, this is clean. Why?
Because I predict that he was gonna hook.
Right. You knew exactly what he was gonna do, right? It's not that he physically couldn't hit you, right? What if he just predicted you going this way? It's that you knew for some reason he was gonna hook straight at your body because you threw an extra auto attack in there. Right. These are the things you want to pre-plan. Oh, and they all die. I mean, you can flash for this if you think it's worth. It's probably worth. Oh my! You didn't even flash for it. That's awesome. Clean. That was very good.
I had my passive. I was like, I could probably get him. And I'd heal. I'd rather use heal than flash.
Agreed. Agreed. That was really good. Sure. What's going on? I don't know why they're pinging you, but that's not your fault. Let me see. Was it your fault? Let's back it up. Okay, we're mid. Sure, that's fine.
I went bot to go get the wave.
You went the wrong way, but...
No, the reason I went the long way is because I knew, like, I do that so much times and just sitting in the bush and I die. So I was like,
okay,
better
fair.
be safe than sorry.
That's fair, right? Of course, you need to go pick this up. I think that's fine. Unless someone with TP could have come down here. I think it's fine for you to go down here, right? And push this out, right? That's fine. And you can either continue or you can go mid, right? This is perfectly fine. It's not your fault your team is suiciding. So you did good here. You did good there, right? What did you like? Why is this good? It's because you set up the slow push back towards you.
Yeah.
Was that an alarm?
No, it was someone FaceTiming. That's my ringtone.
Oh, dude, I totally remember that having that in high school. That alarm. Jesus.
I put that as my
Sure.
ringtone because it's the loudest one.
Okay, sure. Push this out. You notice what's going on bot though, right? I mean, I don't know if you can see the wave. Let me see.
It's pushing back to me.
Yeah, exactly. So as long as you can recognize this stuff, your mid game should be fine, right? It's all about the fighting. The clean fighting is all what we're looking for. Oh, what did we say about hitting tower? You can still win this probably. Oh, maybe not. ADC in 2018. Press Q, you win. Oh, what? He went the wrong way. Are you serious? He totally fucked you here. Oh, that's so awkward. It's still bad though, right? Let's talk about this.
Well, why wouldn't? Yeah, because I have no vision and there's no one near me. Actually, yeah.
Right. So the idea is you can push without. If you have flash and you can push, right? As long as you're stalling for your team and you guys kill this Vi. The problem is that your team is not coming. Your team is not coming for this. So you needed to get out, right? I mean, like, what would you have done if Thresh was like right here?
Dead.
All right. That's the idea. Is that consistency is key. This does not work 90% of the time. That's how you know you need to look at this. I can't believe he didn't just Q you in the face though. It was a nice E flash, but you know, in this meta, you're fucking dying. I have no idea why didn't he just kill you, but that was interesting. Sure. Push this out. Very nice. Very good. Oh, it's perfect. Right. I don't really think you have a problem in game in terms of pushing out waves. It's when fights start to happen, you need to remember to go back and push it, or maybe you don't want to hit tower. I don't know. Oh.
Well, because they were on Baron, so I was like,
right.
If I push mid, they might get off Baron.
Yeah, that's good thinking. I agree. Sometimes offense is the best defense. If there's mechanical ideas you want to look at, maybe it's your ability usage, right? Every time you press W on Kaisa or condemn on Vayne, you want it to be clean as well. Why does he ping you that tower? You can't get that. Fast forward. It's not the end of the world. You're still strong. Just what made like 2 mistakes.
How could I have carried this though?
Oh, you can still win for sure. All you guys have to do is stall this Baron out.
If I click tab, like my team's inting. Like, what do I do here?
Well, to be honest, sometimes in this meta it's not possible. But that's a prime example of how you can save the game, but you can if you make a mistake, it's doomed, right? Why is
that a mistake though? Like, it's Vi. Like, what the fuck do I do against that?
You're supposed to stay out of range, right? Of course, it's a mistake, right? Let's say they are gonna do this thing and it's good for them, and you fall for it. Of course, it's a mistake because you could have prevented it. It's like I mean, this could have been anything. Let's be honest here. Let's say Talon's coming over the wall, right? Or Kog'Maw is flashing in from here, and she's gonna ulti you. It's all the same thing. You're still dying because your team is not here. So if you aren't, the idea is if you aren't ready for it, you've already lost. That's the part we're trying to get at. Is you need to know what's gonna happen before it does. Otherwise, it's hard to play this game when you're only thinking about your own moves. Like, have you ever played chess?
Yeah.
Did you ever get surprise checkmated?
I haven't played chess since like 6th grade.
Oh. I mean, I guess then it's not exactly the same. But if something comes to you as a surprise, it's already a mistake. That's what you should be thinking. Because let's say you had somehow stalled this out, and then they couldn't find an engage, they broke base, and then next Baron comes around, you guys 5v5, you win the fight, right? That could have happened easily. But if you get caught like this, and the game is out of your hands if they end, right? So that's kind of the kind of downside of ADC sometimes, is that if you make like any kind of throw mid game, the game is doomed. It really sucks because ADC sucks right now, but it's still a general idea. Yeah, hopefully it's still the general idea though. You see, all this is happening out of your control now. So yeah, I mean, here's another example is when this happens, you lose the opportunity of Darius doing something like flash pulling from this direction. You know what I mean? Or Brand being able to catch someone over there as well. So yeah, you wanna make sure you're not getting caught by stuff. Yeah, of course they have Barons, they're gonna end, right? There's nothing you can do now. But very much the number one and number two things you want to look at are making sure you're predicting what the enemy is gonna do, right? In these small skirmishes in team fights, what you're looking at is specific abilities that will kill you. And later in the game, like mid game, late game, you're looking at specific engage that will kill you as well. Right, like you just saw the Vi's gonna Q over the wall, flash ulti, or some stupid shit like that. Right?
I wasn't expecting that, to be honest.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, I always press tab, because if you can't see it on your screen, I think it's like a psychology thing where you will forget about it, right? Yeah. So I press tab and I'm like, holy shit, Vi could be anywhere. Like Vi could be up here. Let's be honest, right? I've seen this before. They flash and Q you. They don't even ulti, and then you die, right? I've literally seen that before. So you kind of want to be as paranoid as possible when it comes to engage. But that's like the number one thing you want to look at, is knowing what they're going to do before they do it. All right, every time, not just like once. Anytime they did something unexpected, you go back and you review and you make sure you know why you didn't expect it or something like that. And then the second thing you want to look at is when you see a big play. This game, it didn't really happen at all, but anytime you see a play, make sure it's good before you execute. I think that'll help a lot. Just like take a second to think about it and then go for it, right? Unless you have like a flash of inspiration or something, I don't know. But that's gonna help you cut down on the times where you go for a play and it doesn't work out.
Wait, so I just posted another video like a while ago. Do you think like in the next one, do you think I could like solo like, because like the one I just posted, like my team like literally inted. Like what can I do to fix that? Oh yeah, sometimes it's just doomed, you know. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. But let's take a look real quick. So because I think we're a little bit over time and I have to have another session to go to. But let's see what's going on here. Like I'm fed as fuck. I'm like, I can win this. I can carry. I do have, like, if you click tab, look at my team. I guess I can't press tab, but I'm sure you'll press tab sometime. But you know, I think League is very much less about the games you can win in the short run and more about what can you work on to make yourself a better player, right? Because even though look at this, even though this is awful and he's strong, what about everyone else? It's pretty average, right? It's easily winning, we could say. Like let's say you know, this guy's really strong. He gets caught by a shroom. He's still dying, right? Or let's say Wukong goes for an ulti when you're in range. He's still dying, right? It kind of doesn't change what you need to work on. Let's say you're working on making sure predicting what they're going to do. If Ryze is strong, you say, okay, he's going to kill me with flash W EQ or something like that. And you stay out of range, right? And then all of a sudden when they make a mistake and you punish, you know, that's kind of how you win naturally. But you try and kind of, I don't know, if you kind of play without direction or you play like you need to win, then that's kind of how you'll make the most mistakes, I think. Like this, for example. How do we know this is doomed? Or actually, this is probably not doomed, but how do we know that you did this too fast? No vision. Well, that's the number one indicator that you do it too fast, is that you could have waited, right? So in this example, could you have waited? Yeah. To do the same play. Exactly. So you want to wait. And the second thing is he's going to press Q when you ulti. So the fact that he used it right as you're going in is pretty lucky, honestly. Oh, this is not good. That's 1,000 gold, right? Oh, Jesus. So yeah, this is the number one idea. I mean, like, even if the game is going poorly, you guys are
Look at this. You guys still fine. Somehow their 7-1 Rise died, or 7-0 Rise died. So it's more about what are you working on every game instead about how do I save this doomed game? Because sometimes you can't. Right? Sometimes you can't. Use it as an opportunity to try and learn. Is a good way to look at it, I think.
Mm-hmm. It's like, what do you think? Like my worst, like, it's like so far, like, I just need to think before I do something, pretty much, right?
Right. I would say you want to know what happens before it happens. So of course it's like, oh, think before you make the play, but also figure out what they're gonna do before they do it as well. But I sense there was a question in there.
No.
Oh. So something like this, right? It prevented you from getting Baron, right?
Yeah.
So this is the stuff we're looking at. Is how do you make sure that you don't throw when you have a lead, and well, the problem was kind of you lost track of Ezreal when you're coming for this, but I don't know. It's not something I would worry about. Like if the game is super hard, I wouldn't worry about it. I would worry more about did you work on the things? Did you remember to work on the things you wanted to improve on? Is the number one thing for sure.
So just like to recap, going to the future, what do you think? Like my biggest mistake, just to recap.
Yeah. So number one, I would say the thing you want to look at is knowing what's going to happen before it happens, and the habit to make sure that gets better is, like you already mentioned. What I do is I press tab and I say these specific abilities kill me, so I must avoid it at all costs, and I'm watching out for it specifically. Right, that helps me the most. You can do whatever method you want, but it's all about what are they trying to do at any given moment. Right, that's the habit you want to work on. Is always trying to think about that. And then the second is when you make a play, make sure it's going to work 90% of the time. And it kind of ties in with point one, right? Because sometimes they have a move and you have a counter move, but you didn't think it through, so you die, right? Let's say you can ult in as Kai'Sa and then Q auto attack, press W and Zanya's, but you forget the Zanya's, then you die to like Malphite or something, right? That would be just some kind of barbaric example, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
You might have the tools to do it, but unless you plan it out, you're never going to be able to do it randomly. So those are two things for sure. Be more patient. The habit to help with that is just be more patient when you're making plays, because you have a really good eye for it, for sure. You know exactly what you want to do and kind of how you want to do it. Now it's just making sure it's good.
Yeah.
And oftentimes that ties in with what they're gonna do. So, you need to run. Ran the wrong way. Feels bad. Oh, is he gonna flash? Oh, you're so doomed. This is like a different thing. This is all different ideas. But here you shouldn't have. You should have just left, right? It's 2v5, so there's no way you can win this.
Yeah.
I would say worry about the more mechanical ideas, and if there are macro ideas, look at 4v5. I would say, like, do you have more people than them, or do you have equal numbers of people? But I would not worry about that at all yet. I don't think we really saw too much of that, to be quite honest. Right there, this is good. Why was this so good?
Well,
look how long you waited, right?
Yeah.
You see this? Wait for it. What is this? What is this?
It's W.
Right. So, you might have gone a little bit too early, but you see the idea, right? Is maybe you won't be able to calculate it exactly, but the longer you wait, the better chance it's going to work. Right.
Yeah.
That was kind of the sweet spot right there. I think you got oh, rip. Oh, that's a pretty bad, right? And even then, you may have gone a little bit too early, right? Or it's not just about thinking we need to go in. You can be more specific, like I'm gonna go right here,
Yeah,
and then go out immediately.
I just thought about that in my head.
Right, exactly. So, I think you have plenty to work on. It's all brain ideas. We want you to be actively thinking when you make plays, or when the enemy team is trying to make plays, and that will help you the most for sure.
Okay.
Sounds good?
Yeah. Well, thank you for everything.
No problem. I'm excited to see how you do, because you are at the elo I was at when I definitely needed help with this idea. So I think this will definitely help you a lot. Especially like playing something like Twitch or Kaisa. This is most important thing. You press R on Kaisa, what are you gonna do? You press Q on Twitch, what are you gonna do? Right. So these are definitely champions that are gonna help you work on that idea. So yeah. So let me know how the games are going, and if you do come up with different habits to make sure these ideas stay in place, let me know what they are, because I'm always curious.
Okay, well, thank you.
No problem. No problem.
I'll probably ask for coaching again in the future. This is fun.
Cool. I will upload this to YouTube and send you the link. So,
Lit.
Yeah, other than that, have a good night. Good luck in your games.
All right, thank you. Peace.
Bye-bye.